Imagine this. You are standing in a completely empty room, flooded with cold light. Two doors stand before you. Behind one is peace, predictability, and silence. Behind the other, chaos, searing passion, and a person who, as you already know, will eventually turn your soul inside out. Your heart pounds, your palms sweat, and against all common sense, your hand reaches for the handle of the second door. You step into the abyss, fully aware that you will crash. Why? Welcome to the labyrinths of dark psychology. Today, we strip the masks off what you've grown used to calling divine attraction or fated love. We are going into the basements of your mind to understand why your brain, this perfect biological computer, repeatedly chooses a self-destruction program. This isn't a coding error. It is a specific architecture of your psyche that they never told you about in school. We live in a world where we are taught to search for soulmates, but no one tells us that sometimes these halves are jagged shards of a broken mirror. You think your feelings are an expression of your freedom, but the truth is, your attraction to destructive personalities is a hard-coded reaction. You don't choose. You are chosen by your traumatized experience, your hormones, and your hidden fears. Let's shatter the main myth of modern culture. The idea that true love must hurt is the greatest lie ever sold to humanity. It is a mental virus. When you feel butterflies in your stomach around someone who ignores or belittles you, know this. Those aren't butterflies. That is your nervous system's alarm signal, which you have mistaken for excitement. Your brain confuses fear with passion because, physiologically, they look almost identical. Increased heart rate, dilated pupils, shortness of breath. Insight 1. The dopamine loop of uncertainty. This is the foundation of any toxic attraction. Psychology and neuroscience tell us that the brain responds to unpredictable rewards much more strongly than to guaranteed ones. If a partner is always kind to you, your dopamine level is stable and boring. But if a partner gives you paradise today and treats you with icy coldness tomorrow, your brain goes into a frenzy. You turn into a lab rat pressing a lever in hopes of getting a drop of sugar. When the sugar, attention, tenderness, sex, is given randomly, you get hooked on the anticipation. You don't fall in love with the person. You fall in love with the relief you feel when they finally deign to smile at you after 3 days of silence. It is pure addiction disguised as deep emotion. Your relationship turns into a casino where you gamble away your confidence, hoping for that one big win that will fix everything. Insight 2. The familiar hell versus the unfamiliar heaven. Our mind is an extremely conservative thing. Its primary task is survival, not happiness. For your subconscious, safe means familiar. If love in your childhood was synonymous with shouting, criticism, or cold detachment, your brain recorded this as the standard model for relationships. When you meet a psychologically healthy, stable, and caring person, your inner critic whispers, "Something is wrong here. This is suspicious. There's no spark." You call it a lack of chemistry, when in reality, it's just the absence of your accustomed stress. You are bored without the drama because drama is the only language of love you understand. You seek the destroyer because their destruction feels like home. This is the tragedy of your thinking. You run from happiness because it feels alien and terrifying. Insight 3. Shadow resonance. Carl Jung said that each of us has a shadow, those parts of our personality we suppressed because they are considered bad or unacceptable. Egoism, rage, coldness, ruthlessness. When you meet someone who openly displays these qualities, a narcissist, a manipulator, or a sociopath, you are drawn to them with incredible force. Why? Because they do what you forbid yourself from doing. Their arrogance feels like confidence to you. Their cruelty feels like willpower. Their emotional detachment feels like mystery. You hope that by being near them, you can touch this forbidden power without bearing the responsibility for it. You try to integrate your shadow through another person, but instead of wholeness, you only get new scars. You become an accomplice to your own destruction, hoping to steal a spark from someone else's flame that is actually just burning you to ashes. Insight 4. The Savior Trap. Many of us suffer from a hidden messiah complex. You see a broken, cruel, or lost person and think, "My love will heal them. I will see in them what others don't." This is the highest form of pride disguised as virtue. You aren't communicating with a real person, but with a projection of their potential. You invest your emotions, time, and resources into a black hole, believing that if you give enough, it will start to glow. But destructive people don't want healing, they want resources. While you try to save them, they use your energy to continue their destructive lifestyle. Your confidence evaporates because you take responsibility for someone else's demons. In the end, you are left hollow, and the saved one finds a new victim because you've become too weak to serve them. Insight 5. Stockholm Syndrome in miniature. In relationships with those who destroy you, there is often an element of psychological abuse, gaslighting, isolation, devaluation. When a partner first creates a threat, insulting you, scaring you with loss, and then shows a crumb of kindness, your psyche perceives that kindness as salvation. You begin to feel gratitude toward your executioner for not finishing you off today. Your mind distorts reality so you can survive in this environment. You start defending your tormentor to friends, to family, and most terrifyingly, to yourself. You look for logic where there is only pathology. You believe that if you change, if you become better, quieter, or prettier, then their destructive nature will vanish. It's a trap. A destroyer destroys not because you are bad, but because that is their way of interacting with the world. Let's talk about the pain. That dull ache in your chest when you realize you've been betrayed again, yet you still can't leave. This isn't a lack of willpower. This is the result of a long process of devaluation. You have been conditioned to believe that you don't deserve anything better, that this pain is the price for not being alone. But look the truth in the eye. You are already alone. There is no greater loneliness than being with someone who doesn't see you, hear you, or value you. Being alone is freedom and an opportunity to rebuild yourself. Being with a destroyer is a slow death in a prison you help guard. You fear the silence that will come after they leave. You fear meeting the void inside yourself. But it is in that void that your only chance for salvation is hidden. Your urge for self-destruction is just a way to avoid meeting your true strength. Because strength requires responsibility. Strength requires admitting that you allowed this into your life. Now, the moment of transformation has arrived. Stop analyzing them. Stop trying to understand why they did, what their childhood was like, or what they truly feel. It doesn't matter. The only question that should concern you is, why are you still there? Your recovery begins with brutal honesty. Admit it. You like the drama. You liked feeling like the hero of a tragedy. You liked that intense cocktail of cortisol and adrenaline. No, now, that cocktail is killing you. You can no longer afford it. You must shift your focus. Stop studying the psychology of the manipulator and start studying the psychology of your boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls. They're the understanding of where you end and another begins. A destroyer thrives where there are no boundaries. They walk into your bedroom, your mind, your heart, and rearrange the furniture to suit them. It is time to throw them out and change the locks. Your brain will resist. There will be withdrawal. There will be nights when you are ready to give everything just to hear their voice or see a message. In those moments, remember, it isn't love speaking in you. It is addiction. It is your dopamine receptors demanding a fix. Treat it like a detox. Give yourself no slack. One call, one look at a photo, and you are back at the start. Start building new habits. Surround yourself with people who don't cause a storm of emotions, but give you a sense of warmth and security. This will seem boring to you. That's normal. Your nervous system needs to recover after a long war. Learn to value peace. Learn to hear the silence of your own mind, no longer filled with someone else's manipulations. Look in the mirror. That person you see has gone through hell. They are scarred, they are exhausted, but they are still here. They are waiting for you to finally choose them. Not the one who breaks them, but them. Your confidence won't return on its own. It is built on actions. Every no said to a destroyer is a brick in the foundation of your new self. The attraction to the darkness will never completely vanish, but it will stop being your compass. You will learn to recognize predators by the scent of their charm. You will learn to leave at the first sign of disrespect without waiting to be destroyed. You will understand that your communication with the world must be built on reciprocity, not sacrifice. Remember, you are not broken. You were just tuned to the wrong frequency. You sought validation of your worth in the eyes of those who are blind. Your true worth doesn't depend on how much you are loved or how often you are abandoned. It is innate. It is unshakable. The world of dark psychology offers you power over others, but the true philosophy of life offers you power over yourself. This is much harder and much more dangerous, because once you truly master yourself, you will no longer need the crutches of toxic attachments. Your path out of the abyss starts today. From this very moment, delete the numbers, block the access, throw away the old anchors. It will hurt, it will be scary, but it is the kind of pain that leads to birth, not death. You are the author of your story, not a supporting character in someone else's nightmare. Take the pen in your hands. Write a chapter where you are finally free. A chapter where you choose the light not because you are weak, but because you have become strong enough to endure its truth. Your awareness is your shield. Your self-respect is your sword. Move forward and never look back at the burning bridges behind you. They burn to light your way into the future. The secret of attraction is revealed. You are drawn to destroyers only until you love your own integrity more than their beautiful lies.